Taking us to the bottom half of inning number 4. Airhogs need to make a night move to reclaim this advantage, or at least even it up against reclaim the advantage. It is evened up against the X's. 2-2 as we hit here in the bottom half of the 4th. Chen, our first up. Airhogs out hitting the X's 6-5. The shortstop trying to get us going in our 4th try against Dykstra. Lord Jing-chun, then Li Ning coming up after. Chen pushed to 0-2 here by Dykstra. Billy, you were telling us that you really like Greg Golson on this ball club, right?
I do, and I'm probably not going to answer your question properly because
it's not my question. It's Swag Daddy 98's question.
Swag Daddy.
Daddy. Here's a shot by Chen on 0-2. Lasers one out to center. And Chen starting to heat up. I'd say, if I can jump in here for a second, Chen is one of my favorite players. You know why? Every time I pass him, he's smiling.
He's always
smiling. And
I
actually showed him our call in the video of him, which is on our social media pages, by the way, at TX Airhogs, his RBI double, and he really loved it last night. I thought that was a nice moment. He's on first here for Lord Jing-chun, but Golson.
Well, our first game, remember we played a little spring training game with Joe Torre's Black Sox and
foul ball into the box here by Lord Jing-chun. Off and moving was Chen, but he'll have to go back.
As soon as we get there, Greg Golson's trying to talk to a bunch of the Chinese players. And I noticed a lot of the other guys were kind of in that awkward, what are these guys like phase. And he jumped right in there with them, talked to them.
Golson, one of the nicest guys on the team for sure.
Absolutely.
And a true pro's pro. This guy has been at it for many seasons. This is his 10th minor league season. He was in the MLB for 4 years. So a lot of experience and somebody who really embraces that leadership role.
Absolutely. And then we got the Wonder Dog who brings energy. He's one of the hardest working guys I've watched in a long time.
Stu Himes.
And
terrific guy too.
And then a carryover from last year that I can't say enough about, the man with the best voice on the team, Cassio
Grider, he's on the DL right now, but we expect him back in about a week. I had a chance to catch up with Cassio here on 1-1. Lord Jing-chun reaching after a nasty breaking ball. He'll be 1-2, and Cassio says, feeling better. I was involved in a collision late in that series against St. Paul. Unfortunately, had to go on the DL, but won't be long before Cass is back. Lord Jing-chun trying to at least push up Chen here, who's on first base with our 7th hit already of the evening. We have been hitting Dykstra around. And Dykstra is not a guy who came in with terrible numbers. How about a 3.38 ERA, a 2-0 record at the outset of the day? We're one of these teams early in the season. It's been tough to get to him. We're one of the teams that's been doing it.
Well, he's pretty firm. Got good off-speed stuff. He looks like he's struggling with his fastball location a little bit tonight.
Here's a chopper up the middle, snared by Sampson. Throw to first, not in time. Good hustle by Lord Jing-chun to avoid the double play. 6 unassisted on the put away. Chen gone, but we still have a man on first for Li Ning. I'll tell you, one of my other favorite players on this team, Li Ning. I love his effort, and he comes out here and does a great job for us. He's another one of these guys who always is smiling and always seems like he has a lot of fun on the field. He's been out of the lineup for a couple of days, but back here today, he's already caught a man stealing in the game.
Not your prototypical catcher's body.
Still growing into it. He's very young. He's only 21 years old, as I recall.
I think he's got a big upside.
For sure. I know John, the longtime pro catcher, likes what he sees. And, when John McLaren says, this guy's our catcher, you trust John McLaren. He was just the catching coach with the Phillies last couple of years. And so many years under his belt working with catchers, catcher himself. Billy, what was your position when you played?
I was second baseman. Still am in the 40 and 50 and over leagues.
The 40 and 50 over leagues. I've tried to sneak into those. Showing bunt was Li Ning, pulled it back, 1-0. I was a right fielder, a second baseman, and even when I played, I found that coaches like to keep me on the bench just for the conversation. That's how I justified it to myself, I suppose. Bouncing ball by Li Ning behind Na Chuang, our first base coach. It'll be 1-1 off and running was Lord Jing Chun, but he'll go back. Airhogs and X's, 2-2 game, one aboard, one out. We're here with Billy Martin Jr. talking about anything and everything under the sun, and now anything and everything under this gray Grand Prairie sky. If you have a question for Billy, write in on the Mixler chat feature or use our Twitter account at TXAirhogs. Shoot us a message there. We'll do our best to read it live on air. 1-1 to Li Ning. There goes the runner. And there goes another foul ball. Ball and 2 strikes on a high bouncer right side toward the X's dugout. 1-2. You know, between innings here, between the top half of the fourth, bottom half of the fourth, I saw Steve Montgomery out there talking to the umpiring crew again. And he has been having, I don't know, 20, 30 conversations. And it seems like an endless stream of him in their ears. What do you think he's talking about with them, Billy?
I think he's giving them a rash of you-know-what.
Here's a bouncer right side, snared by the first baseman McCall. At second, another fielder's choice. Pretty close there. But Lord Jing Chun is ruled out. Li Ning is our third to reach in the frame, but we have 2 outs now. Liu Jianhan coming to the plate.
Yeah, I think Steve's unhappy about some calls last night, and he's still grinding it home.
Well, we were talking about it. We were trying to kind of figure it out during the game yesterday. It was kind of hard to tell exactly what some of his problems were. I think at one point we just assumed he was sharing movie recommendations with the umpires. But talking to some folks after the game yesterday and before the game today, I think there was some question about maybe he's been thinking there's been some balking or something like that going on. There has not been a balk in the series called yet, but that was kind of a consensus among our scorer and a couple other folks in the press box. Have you seen anything like that?
I did not, but I know that's part of his MO.
It's a hot night in Grand Prairie. It's a hot series. You never know. You start to see a balk, and then all of a sudden you say, no, that was just a palm tree and a little water out here in the desert. Foul ball by Liu Jianhan. It's 0-1.
Is that a little oasis?
Little oasis
analogy there?
That's right, absolutely. Well, we were asked that last night, sort of on the Mixler chat feature. Someone shouted out one of my comparisons, and they said, "Oh, great analogy. I mean simile." And I said, I'm not sure where the analogy ends and the simile begins, and a metaphor takes over. Simile, I know, uses like or as. I'm not sure if there's a difference between analogy and metaphor and simile.
Work right into a schism too, I guess.
I think we all would love that. It's 0-2 here with 2 outs, and a man on first, Liu Jianhan, who scored a run, has a base hit in the ball game, takes up there on the roof, and it'll be 1-2.
He's missing big right now.
He is missing the zone by quite a bit when he does miss, but he does not have a walk. Neither does our starter, Sun Chien Sun. Dykstra does have a strikeout here. He gets a swing and a miss, off balance